Today, we have a groundbreaking story from the heart of West Africa. Senegal, a country known for its stability and progress, has made a bold move that is sending shockwaves across the continent and beyond. In a stunning turn of events, Senegal is joining its neighbors, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, in demanding the departure of French troops from its soil. Why is this so important, you ask? This decision could redefine Senegal's sovereignty, reshape its foreign policy, and set a new precedent for former colonies asserting their independence. It's a moment of transformation that could inspire other nations to follow suit. This video will explore why Senegal is making this move, who the key players are, and what this means for the future of the region. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the African Web and ring the bell icon, so you never miss an update on stories that matter to Africa and the world. Senegal has recently elected Africa's youngest president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, a 44-year-old leader who campaigned on the promise of change. Faye's election marks a significant shift in the political landscape of Senegal. He brought in Ousmane Sonko, his mentor and a fiery politician known for his bold stance on sovereignty, as prime minister. Together, they have been vocal about redefining Senegal's relationship with its former colonial ruler France. In a recent speech, Prime Minister Sonko made his stance clear: "We are past the time when Africans could be manipulated by any people under any regime." Sonko's words resonate deeply with a populace yearning for true independence. He specifically questioned the continued presence of French military bases in Senegal over 60 years after independence. More than 60 years after our independence, we must question the reasons why the French army still benefits from several military bases in our country, and the impact of their presence on our national sovereignty and our strategic autonomy. Sonko declared, "Why should French troops still be in Senegal? What impact does their presence have on national sovereignty and strategic autonomy?" These rhetorical questions posed by Sonko highlight a growing sentiment among African nations. Just look at Senegal's neighbors. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have all ousted French troops and reasserted their sovereignty. Now, democratic Senegal appears to be following suit. This anti-France sentiment is not isolated but part of a broader movement across the region, signaling a desire for a new era of self-determination. The presence of about 350 to 400 French soldiers in Senegal has become a contentious issue. Sonko's speech emphasized the need for a reevaluation of this arrangement, echoing the anti-France sentiment that has swept through the Sahel region. This move is not just about military bases, it's about reclaiming control and asserting independence from old colonial influences. The sentiment echoes the recent actions in neighboring countries where French military presence was seen as a remnant of colonialism rather than a symbol of partnership. Sonko's outlook, shaped by a desire for genuine sovereignty, extends beyond military presence. He has also criticized the use of the CFA franc, a currency shared among 7 former French colonies and pegged to the euro. This peg makes these economies vulnerable to economic shocks in Europe. Sonko advocates for a flexible currency, one that could be pegged to multiple currencies to cushion against such risks and support export competitiveness. Almost no African country can afford to go into debt in local currency, and this has to stop, Sonko stated. This stance is a call for economic independence, aiming to reduce the undue influence France holds over Senegal's economy. The CFA franc is more than just a currency. It symbolizes the lingering control France exerts over its former colonies. By advocating for a new flexible currency, Sonko is pushing for financial autonomy that reflects Senegal's economic realities. This move could potentially set a precedent for other African nations to follow, breaking away from a system that many view as outdated and detrimental to their economic growth. French President Emmanuel Macron must be feeling the pressure. His ambitions to be a global statesman are challenged as countries under French influence push back. Macron has faced similar resistance in other former colonies, and the trend seems to be gaining momentum. However, not all in France are opposed to this shift. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, a prominent French politician, accompanied Sonko during his speech and supported the call for a redefined partnership. Mélenchon hailed this moment as historic, recognizing Senegal's electoral victory as a triumph of a citizens' revolution. His presence suggests that there are voices within France who support a fairer, more respectful relationship with Africa. This internal division in France could lead to significant policy shifts in the future, depending on how the political landscape evolves. Sonko's full speech delves into the complex history and current dynamics of Africa-Europe relations. He calls for a nuanced approach, recognizing past mistakes while seizing future collaboration opportunities. He emphasizes the importance of mutual respect, justice, and solidarity in building a better future for both continents. We must also show clarity in the face of contemporary challenges that affect our intercontinental exchanges, Sonko said, pointing to issues such as migration, fair trade, economic partnership agreements, the fight against racism, security, technology transfer, and climate change. Sonko also highlighted the importance of intellectuals, artists, civil societies, and diasporas in fostering this new relationship. Intellectuals, as guardians of knowledge and critical thinking, have the responsibility to stimulate debates and propose innovative ideas to shape a common future, he stated. This call to action underscores the need for a holistic approach involving all sectors of society to build a sustainable and equitable partnership between Africa and Europe. Let's break this down further. Intellectuals, in Sonko's vision, are not just passive observers but active participants in the reformation of society. They are the thinkers and scholars who challenge the status quo, push boundaries, and bring new perspectives to the forefront. Artists, on the other hand, wield a unique power to transcend linguistic and cultural barriers. Through their creativity, they have the ability to communicate complex ideas and emotions in ways that are accessible and impactful. Civil societies are the backbone of democratic engagement and social justice. They represent the collective consciousness of the people and are instrumental in advocating for human rights, transparency, and accountability. Finally, the diasporas play a pivotal role in this transformation. Africans living abroad maintain strong ties to their homelands and can act as vital connectors between continents. They bring valuable skills, knowledge, and resources that can contribute to their home country's development. Sonko sees the diaspora as a bridge that facilitates economic, cultural, and intellectual exchange. Senegal's demand for the departure of French troops is more than a political move. It is a statement of sovereignty, a call for economic independence, and a push for a fair partnership with Europe. The implications of this decision are profound, not just for Senegal but for the entire African continent. As this story unfolds, it will be fascinating to see how it shapes the future of Senegal and the region. What do you think about Senegal's bold move? Do you believe other African nations will follow in its footsteps? How will this decision impact the future of Africa-Europe relations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the African Web for more insightful stories from the continent. Don't forget to ring the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.